योगी रामसूरतकुमार की जय। योगी रामसूरतकुमार, योगी रामसूरतकुमार, योगी रामसूरतकुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी रामसूरतकुमार, योगी रामसूरतकुमार, जय गुरु राया। राम 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 राम, 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 योगी रामसूरतकुमार, योगी रामसूरतकुमार, योगी रामसूरतकुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी रामसूरतकुमार, योगी रामसूरतकुमार, योगी रामसूरतकुमार, जय गुरु राया। राम 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 राम, 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 योगी रामसूरतकुमार, योगी रामसूरतकुमार, योगी रामसूरतकुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी रामसूरतकुमार, योगी रामसूरतकुमार, योगी रामसूरतकुमार, जय गुरु राया। राम 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 राम, राम 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 राम, राम 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 राम, राम 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 राम, Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Rama 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 Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 भगवान श्री Yogi Ramsuratkumar ki jai. Sarvam Yogi Ramsuratkumar Arpanamastu. Today is a very special day, a very auspicious day, the day of Guru Purnima, meant for the worship of the great Guru, our Guru Bhagavan, starting from Vyasa Bhagavan down the dynasty of the Gurus. And we have our precious Bhagavan Shri Yogi Ramsuratkumar. And this day is meant for him. For what? To remember his Nama, his leelas, his teachings, which are very simple and profound. We know this age is Kaliyuga, the dark age, the age of ignorance. And that is why we see so much violence all around, so much ignorance, and so much fighting and killing, even in the name of God. So there is so much suffering. On the one hand, the sufferings keep multiplying. On the other hand, the bad karmas, the sins are also multiplying. So where is the relief? The question is predominant in all our minds. And now, in this Kaliyuga, we have not seen Shri Rama or Shri Krishna or Shiva or any of those deities or Buddha or Jesus or Allah. But we have been seeing the great masters who have become one with God, who have the power of God, and what's more, who understand us so well, who move with us in a very simple and humble way, just to uplift us to their level. Sri Jayaraman, Agaram Jayaraman writes in his diary, in the 80s, one day in Sannidhi Street House, just as Ramakrishna Iyer's son had come with his whole family, it was about 12 o'clock, the afternoon, 12:30. The sun was up there. Sri Venkatesan had come with his son and family, the other. And Bhagavan, all of a sudden, asked Sri Venkatesan, Venkatesha, you know Sanskrit. Can you tell me the literal meaning of the word Nirvana? And Sri Venkatesan said, it is the state of bliss, Swami. His son, who was seated nearby, said, Swami, in our textbook also this word is getting mentioned. And Buddha's teachings, Buddha says this state can be attained by following the eightfold path. And the boy mentioned only two things, the right thinking and right action. Now Swami became curious. He smiled and he asked this little boy, "What do you mean by right action?" And the boy answered, "Swami, it's doing good to others, not doing any harm to others." And immediately, Bhagavan put a question to him. His name is also Ramakrishna. He said, "Ramakrishna, suppose you find yourself with a poisonous snake in your room. What will you do? Will you just let it go because it's poisonous, and then you should not do any harm to it? Or would you kill it?" Now the boy did not know what to say. He folded his hands and said, "Swami, I would pray to you at that time because I wouldn't know what to do. I would pray to you to show me the way." Very impressed by the boy's reply, Bhagavan raised both his hands in benediction. And then he said to the boy, "Do you know, in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says to Arjuna that his kith and kin, who were all standing on the opposite side, helping and supporting Duryodhana, who was personification of the evil, was the personification of adharma. Krishna was asking Arjuna to kill them because it is the duty of a Kshatriya king, to protect dharma and destroy adharma." Do you think what Krishna said is wrong? And then Swami himself said, "Oh, but then you are different from Arjuna." And then he turned to his father, the boy's father, and said, "Venkatesha, tell me again the exact meaning of the word Nirvana." Now once again, Sri Venkatesan said, "Swami, it is the state of bliss." Then Bhagavan quoted a particular sloka from the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and then said, "Nirvana is the state of stillness, the stillness of the mind. When the mind begins to move, thoughts would heap up." And Bhagavan said, the sloka also gives an example how a master, a Mahatma, who has attained and established in this state of stillness would be. He said, an ocean, when the season of rain comes, all the rivers, Ganga, Kaveri, Godavari, Krishna, they bring a lot of water to the ocean. Despite the floods and the rivers and those extra waters, the ocean would maintain its level, its limit. It would not spill over. It would not flood the place. And during the summer, the same rivers would dry up. But even then, the ocean would not dry up, it would still keep up its limit, and it would be the same. It would not make any difference to the ocean if the rivers come and pour their waters or dry up and no water at all in summer. And then he said, a great master has become one with God. His mind is in the state of stillness, totally undisturbed by any adversities of life. The joys and sorrows of life would not affect him in the least. He is like that ocean, ever calm, ever maintaining his state of stillness. And then Bhagavan went on to say, this state of nirvana is the goal of human life. But then it's very difficult for every human being to attain this state. Then what is the next best thing? To find a great master who is in the state of nirvana and to do his seva to the entire satisfaction of this great master. Guru seva. Guru seva, totally dedicated and devoted to the Guru and to the full satisfaction of the Guru, is the next best thing. So this is what our Bhagavan, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, has prescribed to all his devotees. He has also given his name, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, to some people, and to some people it's Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Whatever it is the prescription of the Guru that is to be followed in dedication and devotion. Now there is a story of Guru Nanak, his son. There was a disciple of Shri Guru Nanak who was very, very receptive to the grace of the Guru. When he approached the Guru said, will you please build a house for me? A good house worth living in. Then the disciple very enthusiastically and happily went ahead to build it. When it was complete, he put his entire being in building up, very meticulously, attending to every detail. And then he came and reported to the Guru, your house is ready, sir. Will you please come and see it? And when Guru Nanak ji went there, he hardly looked at the building. All that he had to say was, oh, what a mess. What have you done? Is this what I asked for? This would not suit me at all. You please destroy it and rebuild. And second time again, with the same meticulousness, with the same attention to details, with the same dedication, he built another structure, happily, enthusiastically. He did not bother that his Guru asked him to destroy the previous one. After completing it, he went and reported to Guru Nanak ji, Gurudev, I have done what you have asked. Will you please come and see it? And again Guru Nanak ji went to the spot, had a look at it, and then said with great anger, what have you done again? It's such a mess. This would not suit me at all. I would like you to destroy this and rebuild. Pay more attention. Do it with love. I want a structure that would suit me. Then immediately, with the same enthusiasm, he began to destroy the whole structure and started to rebuild. So this leela was going on for quite some time, and Guru Nanak's son was watching the whole thing, and he thought, what madness! What is he doing? What is my father doing? And then he went and approached the disciple and said, what kind of madness is this? How stupid you are. My father is doing all this and you put up with it and you rebuild on every time with same enthusiasm. How can this be? You don't have to do all this just because my father is telling you that. This is absolute madness. You know what the disciple replied? especially when the son asked him, how can you do it every time with same enthusiasm, with same attention to details, and so meticulously? Pat came the reply from the disciple, what have I to do with the construction or destruction of this building? My job is to obey the Guru unquestioningly, without grumbling, without complaining, with ready acceptance. And that's what I am doing. This is my sadhana, to do what my Guru says without questioning. Whatever my Guru gives, that is my blessing. If he asks me to destroy the building that I have done, then that's a blessing to me, as much as it is a blessing when he asks me to construct one. So that is the discipleship. Unquestioning obedience, trusting the wisdom of the Guru. There's another story of Satyakama Jabala. It comes in Upanishad. This little boy Satyakama, there was an academy, a Gurukul near his house, and this boy went and saw the teacher, Gautama Muni, teaching the students. He had a desire to learn. So immediately he asked the teacher, will you please accept me as a student? The teacher, as usual, it was conventional that the teacher should ask about the family. And when the teacher asked him who was his father, the father's name, and the Gotra, the biodata, the boy said, I do not know the name of my father, I will ask my mother. My mother is Jabal. I will go ask her. So when he asked his mother said, oh, I do not know your father. I worked as a maid servant in many houses, and that's when you were born. You go and tell the teacher that you do not know, I do not know who your father is. Satyakama immediately went and said in all his innocence, truthfully, sir, I do not know my father. My mother says she doesn't know either. Her name is Jabala. So my name is Satyakama Jabala. When he said it in front of all the students, you can imagine how the other students would have reacted to this, how they would have mocked. But the teacher, Gautama, saw it differently. He said, you say something that would invite humiliation, and yet you say it truthfully, without hiding anything, which means you speak the truth. The one who speaks the truth always is a Brahman. A Brahmana is the one who is rooted in Brahman, and he speaks only the truth. In that sense, you are a Brahmin boy, so I shall accept you. You are fit for studentship. And then the teacher immediately accepted him and did all the ceremonies pertaining to that. And then he gave him some work. And what is it? He gave him 400 cows and said, you go and graze them all. And they were all skin and bones, very weak. So he gave 400 such cows and said, you can bring 1,000 cows. You see to it that you graze them well, take them out. And then Satyakama immediately obeyed. He did not think that Guru was giving such a job, just grazing the cattle. He immediately accepted, and then he also made a vow he would not return to his Guru without multiplying the cows to 1,000. And he went into the forests, years rolled by. But with great care and concern, remembering the Guru all the time, and with concentration, with all his faculties, he began to attend to the cows. He took them wherever there was grass, and he stayed put. And slowly, slowly, as the years passed, his ekagrita, his concentration increased, and because he was obeying the Guru unquestioningly, and he was doing his job with such dedication and devotion, the purity and concentration developed to such an extent, not only the cows began to multiply, but also the whole nature began to respond to him. One day, a Rishabha, a bull, came to him and began to talk. And it revealed some secrets of the Brahman. Another day, Agni, the fire, spoke to him about the lofty states of consciousness. Another time, a Hamsa bird, a swan, appeared from nowhere and began to speak to him. He was able to respond, he was able to grasp whatever they said, because of which he developed such tejas. His mind began to soar to higher regions. And by the time the cows had multiplied to 1,000, and he returned with all of them to the teacher. And as soon as the teacher saw the student, he knew that the student had grasped the highest truth. He was shining with the truth of the ultimate, and yet he was so humble. He was just waiting for the response of the teacher. The teacher said, "My sweet boy, you have already attained, you have already learnt the highest truth, I see. You don't need me to tell you all that." But he said in all humility, "Swami, only through the teacher a student attains the highest state. I want to learn everything only from you." And of course the teacher was pleased to no end and began to teach him all the secrets of the soul. So goes the story, but the idea is, whatever job the Guru gives, without complaining, without grumbling, the student accepts it as cheerfully, as enthusiastically. And in so doing lies his salvation. So these stories tell us again and again what a disciple should do to the Guru. Our Bhagwan has taught us the Nama chanting. Our Bhagwan used to say that this body is given to us and the life in it only to remember God. God is the goal of all humans, wherever you are. Be you in Alaska or Australia, God is your goal. Remembering God is what we all have to do. Attaining God is not in our hands, it's in the hands of God. But remembering God, we remember so many other things in life. So remembering God is one right action of our life. He said, remember the name. Remembering the name is remembering God. Remembering God is living in God. He said it's only when you remember God you truly live. The times you forget God, you are dead. You carry your own dead body even though the body is still breathing. And why is it dead? It's not serving the purpose of life. So this is the prescription. So we have all been so fortunate to find a great master who is constantly in communion with God, who has only shed his body but truly, vibrantly alive here, whose Nama we were chanting yesterday night from 9 to 12 with such enthusiasm and devotion, because of which we have been rewarded by Bhagavan. This morning, when the Homa was being done, the sacrificial fire was being done by the Shastris, he appeared in the Agni. One of the devotees had photographed, and you can see it very clearly, a standing Bhagavan with one hand raised in benediction. What more can we ask for? And so let's remember whatever he said, that we have to keep on multiplying the Nama. We have to step up our Nama chanting for one thing. And the other is, it is the divine, the Chaitanya within, the indwelling God, who has put the breath in the body in the first place and who is maintaining it. We are not even aware we are breathing. And still the breathing is going on so spontaneously. How is it possible? Our breath is rooted in the Chaitanya within, in the divinity within. So it is the divine which is sustaining our very breath. Because of the breath, the brain works. And because of the brain, we are able to run our lives. So whatever we do, whatever we think, whatever we speak, whatever we do, is all because of the brain. And the brain functions because of the breath, and the breath is sustained by the divine inside. And so our thoughts, words and actions, they all belong to him. He is the doer. It is falsity that makes us say that I am thinking, I am talking, I am doing. So the second teaching of Bhagavan is, think that you are only an instrument, you are a machine being operated by the divine operator inside. That whatever you do, you keep offering it to God. He is doing everything through you. And suppose you are not able to do that by force of habit for so many years and so many births, then whatever you do, after doing it, you say, I'm offering it to you. Keep offering all your actions at the feet of the Guru or God. Ramana Bhagavan says, it is God who comes down in the form of the Guru. So God, Guru and grace are one and the same. And the third teaching of Bhagavan is that help others as much as possible, and that without any expectations. And do it for the sake of your Guru, for the sake of God, so that you don't develop ego over helping. And also Bhagavan said, everything happens only by God's will. And whatever happens is only grace, a blessing. God is perfect, His leela is perfect. So look upon the sorrows of life also as blessings meant for your spiritual transformation. It may not be a blessing from the worldly point of view, but it will surely be a greater blessing meant for your spiritual transformation. Every suffering pushes us towards God. In that sense, it's a great blessing, and God gives all the sufferings to us only to remind us to remember him. So let us bring these teachings again and again and again to our mind and practice as much as possible in life. And this is being a good disciple. The discipleship is all about discipline. And that is to keep chanting the Nama all the time if possible, or if not, as much as possible in the circumstances. And to remember we are only instruments in the hands of our Bhagavan, who is directing every detail of our life. And look upon everything that life brings to us, be it a joy or sorrow, a definite blessing from Bhagavan for the sake of our spiritual growth. To put it simply in one sentence, let us think that whatever we do, it's from Yogi Ramsuratkumar to Yogi Ramsuratkumar, by Yogi Ramsuratkumar, for Yogi Ramsuratkumar. Jai Yogi Ramsuratkumar.